Hello everyone. We're all set to welcome 2023, the Water Rabbit Year. While this rabbit is a black rabbit rather than a white rabbit, its color does not indicate that the coming year will be filled with misfortunes, sadness, or loss. Indeed, the year of the black water rabbit will bring financial good news, rewards for previous efforts, new promotions or jobs, opportunities to start businesses, new partnerships, and even a breakthrough in love life. The rabbit, according to Chinese beliefs, symbolizes patience, calm, and good luck. So that is the vibration that the coming year brings to all signs of the Chinese animal zodiac as well to astrological zodiacs. For this year, the actions will be more deliberate, implying that impulsiveness will have a detrimental influence on your goals. Although it will not be catastrophic or hugely damaging, the year encourages us to be more thoughtful and careful with our actions, to think about and consider the consequences of our actions. So, if you want to try something new or even start a new relationship, examine your options, think and listen to your intuition, which is very important. In any case, all zodiac signs are expected to celebrate with joy as love relationships and even new friendships are expected to be plentiful this year. Yes, it is also a good year to get married or make a long-term commitment for some. Job promotions and career advancements are also common events for most zodiac signs. Health is good. Everybody appears to be calm or less agitated, generous, and have a relatively balanced temperament. Hopefully, there will be less road rage and social media trolls this year. Most importantly, money flow will be good and smooth. But the year does not promise money like magic. It requires a lot of effort. If success comes in the form of fame, one must also work hard and be focused to achieve it. With focus comes the reminder that less important matters should be ignored. Gossiping, nitpicking, and wasting time on useless activities can all ruin your luck. Choose your battles wisely this year and avoid getting into disagreements with others. So, if you're wondering how to get started in a career, consider asking yourself what fields you're interested in. Take advantage of this year's support for your interests and personal goals. Most signs will benefit from business partnerships as well. Similarly, this is a year to be mindful of your finances and resources. Again, don't be rash when it comes to spending or investing. On the other hand, the year foretells of economic upheaval, so we must all be prepared for it, as well as social and even political turmoil. Concentrate on how to become stronger, more stable, and self-aware in order to navigate through any imbalances or uncertainty in your surroundings. So let's take a look at how each of the 12 animal signs will fare in 2023. Rats are adaptable and survivors in a variety of environments. They are intelligent, hardworking, and determined to succeed. Rats are thrifty, and which means they save money or resources. They are prudent with money because they value stability and security in their lives. It is common for rats to be wealthy or to live comfortably by their standards. They can, however, be stubborn or self-centered. Many rats are timid and some lack resistance. For 2023, rats' fortunes have the potential to improve. Investments may pique your interest, but speculative ventures should be avoided, particularly in the latter half of 2023. Unexpected sources of funding may emerge. Some people may receive a promotion or a pay raise at work. Change of job is also evident. However, quitting your job to look for a new one this year should be carefully considered, weighing the pros and cons. Rats, on the other hand, should avoid conflicts with coworkers, especially if they are envious of your promotion. Misunderstandings with people around rats may also happen. It is best if rats stay out of the way and just mind their own business. 2023 is also a good year to acquire new skills or continue your education to improve your personal life. This year, the focus for rats is on career advancement and wealth, so relationships and new love lives may not be prioritized. This year is a good year for rats because your business attracts customers. If you're self-employed, advertise yourself more frequently and people will begin to notice you. Customers will approve and recommend you if you are honest in your business dealings. For your relationship this year, avoid flirtations or illicit liaisons in relationships, and avoid getting involved with people who have complicated relationship status. When it comes to love connections, take your time. A chance meeting that leads to a romantic relationship could occur between the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. Meanwhile, in your search for a partner, avoid dating scams and dates who expect you to spend a lot of money on them. Conserve your money. You may be able to travel this year to meet up with friends or visit loved ones who live far away or overseas. Ox people are trustworthy and faithful. They are capable of managing and enforcing rules and have demonstrated leadership qualities. Ox people are traditionalists who are dependable and conservative. This hard-working sign is tenacious and responsible, so it's no surprise that they can attract money or attention from peers or the public. In 2023, Ox people may face some challenges, but with their inherent tenacity, they can overcome them. It is possible that some people will misinterpret your intentions, or if you're at work, your work ethics or changes in your performance will be scrutinized. These situations may or may not have an impact on your pay. Nonetheless, pay close attention to the quality of your work output. Seek assistance if you are feeling overwhelmed at work. Some oxen may receive long overdue back pay or be invited to fill a vacancy. This year also supports your pay raise request. Because the year of the black water rabbit encourages wealth-creating endeavors, you may want to pursue side hustles to supplement your income. Overall, avoid overspending and, if possible, be frugal so that you have enough money for emergencies or when money is tight. In business, it is wise to seek ways to expand your network, implement new marketing strategies, or even develop new products in order to attract more customers or gain new business leads. Travel and even relocation to a foreign land is a possibility for Ox this year. For your relationship, partnered ox must find ways to strengthen your marriage or committed relationship. Control your temper if there are arguments, and don't let work problems affect your personal life. If you are a single ox, while you may meet potential partners, the year may not be favorable for you to form a long-term relationship. In the first half of the year, you may receive a proposal or revelation from a secret admirer. The most important relationship you must prioritize this year is your relationship with yourself. Take care of your health and personal safety. Improving family relationships will also be emphasized. Tigers are fearless, self-assured, and born leaders. They are creative, generous, passionate, and fair. Tigers are known to stand up for the underdogs and those who have been treated unfairly. They're quick to point out errors or mistakes. They're good communicators and logical thinkers. Tigers that are daring and self-sufficient can be stubborn and prefer to forge their own path. They are, however, sensitive and take criticism seriously. In 2023, Tigers will receive many exciting gifts, including abundance, luck, and power. There are signs of travel, new projects, and a good flow of money and opportunities, particularly in the first quarter of the year. So tigers must also keep an eye on every penny this year, not because they will run out of money, but because their expenditure may rise. Having said that, you may need to find other sources of income to make ends meet. Invest in assets that generate passive income or look for side jobs. Meanwhile, workplace challenges may arise, and whatever the reason, tigers must not allow any unpleasant events to frustrate or destroy their confidence. Attend workshops to improve your professional competence or seek advice from mentors. Your suggestions for making work more efficient may not be welcomed by everyone, but they are a sign, an epiphany that you will shine in an environment that allows for freedom of expression and creativity. Tigers in business may face stiff competition from rivals. What you need to do is you need to continue to work hard to overcome competition setbacks. Someone influential may be able to help you with your business. For your relationship this year, Tiger, finding the right balance between work and personal life can be difficult. When life throws you a curveball, your marriage will be your rock. So guard your marriage very well, nurture it. Tigers in committed relationships may notice a shift in their relationship, and your partner may indicate that you're ready to take your relationship to the next level. Singles, however, have a passive attitude toward relationships, and for some, developing a relationship may not be one of their top priorities this year. You may not run out of options this year, however, because you will meet new people. Relationships with third parties must be avoided. Rabbits are gentle and quiet, but they are also quick to act and very aware of their surroundings. They are not easily manipulated and they do not readily give their trust. They enjoy the freedom to move around, but they are also focused on obtaining what they desire once they have set their sights on something. This is due to their self-discipline, which allows them to achieve their goals without distraction. Rabbits, on the other hand, dislike chaotic situations. Jobs that are overly competitive are also not for them. They enjoy creating and thrive in a simple, comfortable environment with consistency and little stress. In 2023, rabbits are advised to tread carefully this year due to some challenges that may arise and which rabbits may find too stressful or burdensome to handle. Rabbits can rely on their natural optimism in difficult situations. Their intuition can also be helpful, especially when dealing with strangers. They must not put their trust in anyone. When conversing with others, use tact. Their professional situation will remain stable, but they may face difficulties with office protocols or interactions with coworkers. Meanwhile, this is an indication that you should up your game by improving your work performance and implementing more efficient methods. As you begin to excel in your career this year, people will begin to look to you for guidance. On the other hand, rabbits who are looking for new jobs will find plenty of opportunities. In terms of finances, the advice is to spend money wisely and not to waste any extra earnings. Rabbit business owners must adapt to changes in order to remain appealing to customers. For your relationship, Rabbit, this year emphasizes nurturing your relationship with your spouse or partner because a lack of attention may lead to a third party relationship or infidelity. Maintain constant and open communication and communicate any job or business pressures that may interfere with your time with your partner. Unrequited love is common among singles this year. The person you will love may not provide you with the love that you expect. Dragons are the epitome of bravery, strength, and ambition. People are drawn to them by their charm and appeal. It's not surprising that dragons have a plethora of admirers or are popular. Dragon men and women are alpha or sigma males and females. Their seemingly tough demeanor is balanced by their soft hearts and compassion for others. Even so, dragons have a difficult time sticking to an idea or a task. They are proud, yes, but they may lack the motivation to complete what they have started. They can be also pessimistic at times. In 2023, the new year may start slowly for dragons, but money and luck will not be difficult to come by. Dragons, on the other hand, must focus and remain optimistic in order to face challenges head on. During these times, dragons can count on strong support from family and friends. There are new opportunities to earn money. Professional contacts made in previous years will lend support to new projects or ideas. Because you are appealing to a large number of people, you will attract the bad apples and anti-heroes too. Betrayal is an example of the situation that you may encounter this year. There may be people with vested interests around you. So work quietly, and if you have transactions to attend to, keep the information to yourself until the deal is closed. Do not reveal the identities of your contacts. At work or in business, dragons will face rivals and competitors, and they may have to stand firm against them. This year may bring some financial windfall, yet dragons are expected to work harder to secure their finances and improve their living conditions. Some supervisors or team leaders may be dissatisfied with your work performance. Nonetheless, ignore them and continue to produce high-quality work. You must not allow naysayers or haters to interfere with your work performance or be distracted by them. Also, avoid pleasing others because it will waste your time. Instead, devote time to self-improvement. For your relationship, Dragon, in love, assess potential partners to ensure that they are not only interested in convenience or material things. Long-term relationships may progress or be ended, particularly if they are no longer healthy. So yes, this does imply that some dragons may be separated. Dragons that have suffered heartbreak or have carried emotional baggage will be able to recover this year as well. Some dragons who fall in love this year will begin to plan their future with their partners and families. For single dragons, anticipate relationships to quickly evolve into a passionate romance. Snakes, like dragons, are visually appealing, but their allure is almost enigmatic and incomprehensible. They have grace and agility. Snakes, unlike dragons, have a strong desire to complete tasks or plans. Snakes can get themselves out of a rut. They are deep thinkers who are also perceptive and analytical. In 2023, snakes may receive large payouts, but their expenses are also increasing, so they need to be smart spenders this year. The job position is stable, but you may be required to relocate for assignments, which may put your ability to adapt to changes and new environments to the test. If you are up for the challenge, you will find success in this stage of your career development. More work may put additional strain on you, especially if you are also caring for your family. However, the additional work may increase your take-home pay. Be wary of opposition from superiors and colleagues. Any rejection or objection should not deter you from completing your tasks, even if you must do so alone. This year will be prosperous for business owners in terms of revenue. What they must remember is that in order to keep patronage growing, they must improve both their operations and their products. However, be cautious about expanding and thoroughly research the viability of plans for expanding your business or acquiring another business before implementing them. Expanding your network this year will help you grow professionally and personally. For your relationship, those born during the snake years will be preoccupied with family matters. This year, snakes will prioritize securing their family's futures by purchasing assets to ensure long-term stability. Marriages and committed relationships may face upheaval in 2023 as a result of personality clashes or financial concerns. Singles, on the other hand, may find love this year, so get out there and meet new people. Possessiveness or skepticism, on the other hand, may have an impact on new relationships. Similarly, snakes must manage their expectations and be more realistic if their relationships are to last. Horses are courageous, energetic, and full of life, and enjoy being around people, learning about them, and observing humanity. They are, in every sense of the word, they are, in every sense of the word, explorers and adventurers. People are drawn to horses, which makes them popular. Horses are open about their emotions, and what you see is what you get when it comes to their emotions. The perceptive horses enjoy observing and analyzing things, and because they have a keen eye for details, they can spot errors or discrepancies. Other common characteristics of horses, such as being overly ambitious and confident, as well as impulsiveness and impatience, can taint how others perceive them. Also, their lack of motivation to complete a task can create roadblocks to success. In 2023, horse people will have good fortune in their careers, wealth, and relationships. This year, they will be unusually motivated to complete tasks, beat deadlines, or close deals. They'll be able to sprint to promotions, pay raises, and even bonuses. Money could also come through other sources. However, you should be aware that your impulsiveness may cause you to overlook fine prints in contracts or to disregard important details in conversations or correspondences. Be wary of the specifics of any investments or ventures involving money or reputation. Your professional life will be generally fruitful. However, as you reap the benefits of your efforts, enemies or envious people will not be far behind. Conflicts can arise as a result of ambiguous expectations or misunderstandings about agreements or contracts. When it comes to team projects, transactions involving other people, or multi-party agreements, it is best to conduct your due diligence. Set guidelines and expectations and abide by the law. In terms of relationships, this year is favorable for you to marry or form a committed relationship. Singles may meet someone through mutual friends. You might meet someone interesting in the middle to late part of 2023. It's also possible that the person you meet will help you advance in life. For partnered horses, keep your temper in check and be patient with your partners to avoid conflicts. Work must not get in the way of nurturing your relationship. Horses are primarily concerned with family matters and domestic harmony. Businesses for horses will prosper, particularly those in the consumer products industry. Before putting all of your money into a high-risk investment, it is important to carefully research it to avoid financial losses. The meek, gentle sheep is just so endearing. They rarely act irrationally or aggressively, and when they do, they usually pull off right away. The sheep are helpful and sympathetic, although these benevolent, considerate, and kind attitudes are prone to abuse. Sheep people are also skilled at setting boundaries. They do not approve of people who cross their lines. Friends and family members may be put off by their stubbornness, passivity, and pessimism. Despite these limitations, the sheep requires support and understanding. Sheep loves the arts and enjoys being creative. They are both diligent and intelligent. However, the majority of them are not suited to work in industries where they must deal with unpredictability, constant challenges, and competitive environments. They are more at ease in routine or predictable jobs and businesses. Dealing with failure is not one of their strong suits. In 2023, sheep will have a satisfying life. The sheep will benefit from travel or a change of residence, as well as good fortune and health. They will be recognized and even promoted in their careers. Some sheep may also find new employment with a higher salary. This year's money situation will be favorable. They will make more money as a result of their work and businesses. Their network will grow, which will aid in their professional and financial advancement. The key to maintaining a steady flow of rough luck for the sheep is to remain humble, grounded, and compassionate toward others. They should also strengthen their interpersonal relationships. Higher education can also help sheep advance in their careers and gain a competitive advantage. So, if this is the plan for the year, they should go for it. The sheep have numerous career options. Their creativity can also inspire them to pioneer an opportunity breakthrough that will bring them money. For your relationship, in general, 2023 might not be the year to meet the one. For a few others, there is a possibility of being involved in illicit affairs which will not only cause you emotional distress but may also harm your rough luck. A romantic situation with an undecided lover may now gain clarity as to whether they will ask you to continue your relationship or end it. This year, communication is emphasized for the married sheep. Tolerance and understanding will help to bridge any gaps between partners. Handle the relationship crisis calmly. Nurturing a common goal or even a common hobby will help to strengthen your bond with your partner. Intelligent, smart, cunning, and sharp-minded monkeys are born leaders. People like them because they are funny, sociable, and helpful. They take the initiative and have the courage to face new challenges at work. However, there are some misunderstood characteristics of people born under the sign of the monkey. Monkeys are labeled as conceited, which is simply a manifestation of their confidence; sarcastic, which is due to their directness; impatient, which is due to their predisposition to get things done correctly; and opportunistic, which is due to their excitement with breakthroughs and filling in opportunity gaps. Monkeys' wit, logical mind, and keen eye for details can lead to a plethora of career opportunities. Their inclination for challenge may also lend itself to careers requiring analysis and complex problem-solving. The adventurous monkey enjoys solving mysteries and exploring uncharted territory. In 2023, for the monkeys, the year will be calm and steady. Monkeys will have a good fortune, but they will need to work hard at their jobs and businesses in order to have a constant cash flow. There's an opportunity to collaborate with new groups willing to share the monkeys' progressive ideas. Monkeys will thrive and shine in this environment. Some monkeys who remain at their current workplace with familiar coworkers may face hostility or stifling of their ideas. Some coworkers may be resistant to the monkey's innovative ideas. This year, you must work harder and not procrastinate. Workload may increase, but this is because fate is preparing you for bigger things to come at the end of the year, when new projects and even more work turn up. Of course, this translates to more money, recognition, and rewards. In the midst of these changes in your wealth aspects, monkeys must remain grounded and considerate in their words and actions so that they are not misunderstood or cause conflicts. They must also spend wisely and invest in long-term financial instruments. Business will generate good sales for business owners. However, the viability of expansions may necessitate further study. Besides that, be mindful of individuals who may take advantage of you in business. If you brag about your accomplishments or business growth, you'll be targeted by scammers and individuals with malicious intentions. In your relationship, monkeys, prepare yourself because you will be attracting romantic prospects this year. You might run into them at social gatherings or events. When you meet someone you like, carefully consider the person's qualities. Take your time getting to know them before you fully commit, especially since you will most likely change your civil status in 2023. For married monkeys, your charm may attract the wrong people, tempting you to enter into inappropriate relationships. Maintain your loyalty to your partners. Roosters are outgoing, amusing, and friendly. They are also adaptable and do not become upset in new environments. They are persistent and do not give up easily when faced with adversity. The roosters dislike staying in the same place for an extended period of time. They want to advance, so they work hard to improve themselves. While they are well liked for their friendliness, their straightforwardness is misinterpreted as arrogance. They are also perceived as egotistic and attention seekers. Their impatience and temper can be damaging to teamwork or even the formation of personal relationships. In 2023, the Roosters' fortunes will be sluggish. The career aspect could also be stagnant. This may not be the year to get that promotion or raise you've been hoping for, but as a rooster, you never give up, and your unwavering perseverance will be rewarded in some way, somehow. The best way to achieve your goal this year is to concentrate on one or two goals that have the greatest chance of success. Spreading yourself too thin will deplete your energy. Begin projects with realistic outcomes, or at the very least, manage your expectations for the time being. Roosters may also rely on their intuition when making important decisions. It will also be beneficial for roosters to mingle with or join groups of like-minded individuals and those who are striving for success. The positive energy this brings can help the rooster's rather gloomy fortune. However, do not mix business and pleasure or become involved in love affairs with material motives. Avoid risky investments and spend with caution. It is also advisable to keep your financial situation private in order to avoid attracting fraudsters or scammers. Roosters are likely to encounter workplace antagonists during their careers. Workplace pressures will be significant as well. Having faith that all of these unpleasant events at work are only temporary will help you find peace of mind. Concentrate on your work rather than office politics. For your relationship, committed roosters may face relationship issues. Some roosters may find their partner's new friends or associations unpleasant. Single roosters may have difficulty finding suitable partners this year. They may become involved in toxic relationships or be partnered with someone who's overly jealous and distrusting people. Please keep in mind that toxic relationships will only cloud your judgment and may have a negative impact on your finances, health, and livelihood. There is also the possibility of being involved in a romantic situation in which you must choose between two people. One indicator of who to choose is the type of associations, circle, or friends they have. Dogs are dependable, honest, and helpful. They are also naturally alert and cautious, so they do not make friends easily, first ensuring that they are trustworthy before accepting them into their close circle. Dogs, in addition to being sensitive and emotional, are prone to making cynical remarks. Some people may find dogs to be narrow-minded and unwilling to admit their mistakes. In 2023, people born under the dog's animal sign will have a vibrant year. This year you may be promoted or recognized as a result of your previous efforts and dedication. A windfall of money from unexpected sources or as a reward for your accomplishments is also highlighted. Dogs are resourceful and know how to capitalize on opportunities that will yield high returns. Securing assets such as real estate or other investments will yield benefits for you this year. The year ahead will be eventful in terms of relationships. Commitments will be solidified or clarified, and unsatisfying relationships will have to be cancelled. In 2023, dogs in love will have to make these choices. So single dogs will benefit from the relationship aspect as well as potential romantic partners will enter their lives this year. Some dogs may meet someone of a different race or culture, who then becomes their partner. While there are many romantic prospects, temptations are not far behind, especially for dogs who are already in a relationship. Dogs will have the opportunity this year to examine relationships that have been strained due to money, either due to a lack of money or an unnecessary demand for money. Allow your intuition to guide you in making the best decision. Pigs are the luckiest animal sign this year according to Chinese Zodiac Predictions. Their diligence and integrity, combined with good luck, are bringing them blessings in the year of the black water rabbit. Pigs are dependable, compassionate, and generous, earning the admiration and affection of others. Their genuineness and trustworthiness can sometimes work against them because people with bad intentions may take advantage of them. Smooth talkers can also easily persuade them. Pigs, on the other hand, are always looking for the good in others. They are peacemakers who tend to resolve disputes as they arise. It is unsurprising that pigs have good karma and are guided to success and a good life. While pigs are hardworking, They are not well suited to high-stakes industries. They excel in areas such as public service and entertainment. They enjoy learning new things and spending time in nature. In 2023, people born under the pig sign will do well in most aspects. Work and career will be good, though some positive changes in these areas may occur. Pigs will amass wealth as a result of their hard work or positive outcomes in business or side hustles. They will also receive favorable recommendations, which will help in their professional growth or business publicity. For your relationship this year, pigs can meet several romantic prospects, but these relationships are likely to be short-term. It is also possible to have a whirlwind romance. Pigs seek compatibility in relationships, which is a difficult criterion to meet. However, the possibility of finding the one who checks all the boxes is present this year, putting the pig's free will to the test. If the shy pig ever gets into a relationship in 2023, they must learn to express their affection openly, even through simple gestures. For this meditation, find a relaxed position for this exercise. Your arms and legs can be at your sides as you sit or lie down. If you're seated, place your hands on your knees with both palms facing up, the giving palm and the receiving palm. This posture embodies receptivity and openness to what is above and to the energy of the heavens. Feel your body relaxing as you pay attention to your lower and upper body, feet, legs, hips, shoulders, arms, neck, and head. When you're ready, close your eyes and focus on your breathing, the physical sensations it causes, allowing each breath to flow easily and naturally with its own rhythm and pace, while knowing that your breathing is perfect right now. Allow the body to be still, sitting with dignity, resolve, and being perfect and complete in this very moment, with your posture reflecting this sense of wholeness. As you sit here, let an image form in your mind's eye of the most magnificent and beautiful mountain that you know or have seen or can imagine. Let the sense or the image gradually come into greater focus. Allow that image or sense of this mountain and feel its overall shape, its lofty peak or peaks high in the sky, the large base rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust, its steep or gently sloping sides, noticing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whether from afar or up close. keep the image of the mountain in your mind, within a scenery that you sense is calming, soothing, and full of beauty. Perhaps there are streams and waterfalls cascading down the mountain slopes, or nearby meadows and high lakes, or you can hear the gentle crackling of a river nearby if you look out into the vast field. Observe the mountain, noting its characteristics, and when you are ready, see if you can bring the mountain into your own body, sitting here, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one, so that as you sit here, you share in the massiveness, stillness, and majesty of the mountain. And you become the mountain. As you sit here, your head becomes the lofty peak of the mountain, supported by the rest of your body and providing a panoramic view. Your shoulders and arms are the mountain's sides. Your buttocks and legs form a solid foundation, rooted to your cushion or chair, and you feel an uplift in your body from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath, as you continue sitting, becoming a little more a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness, completely what you are, beyond words and thoughts. A centered, grounded, unmoving presence. As you sit here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colors are changing virtually, moment by moment, in the mountain stillness. Everything that surrounds the mountain is full of life. The stream, the trees, the animals, the plants, the breeze, the wisp of clouds above, softly brushing the peak. As the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night. The bright, warming sun, followed by the cool night sky studded with stars, and the gradual dawning of a new day. Through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another and as the weather changes moment by moment and day by day, calmness abiding all change. The mountain sits still, majestic, glorious, brave, strong, amidst the changing of the season. The mountain is beautiful and strong, no matter what. None of these changes matter to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. The foliage around it may change colors or lose their lush. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit. Whether seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, broiling or frigid, day or night, it just sits, being itself. At times visited by violent storms, punched by rain and winds of unthinkable magnitude, through it all the mountain sits, unmoved by it all. The dry season arrives, and the fields crack as the sun beats down on the scorching dryness of the earth, where no greens or delicate flowers can spring. The rainy season comes, soaking the once dry land and drenching the gentle plants that push their way out to taste the salty rain. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on its surface, by the world of appearances, remaining its essential self. Through the seasons, the changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing on its surface. In the same way, as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives. Over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we experience constantly the changing nature of mind and body and of the outer world. We have our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivity, our moments of color and our moments of dullness. It's true that we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world, and in our own minds and bodies. Bashed by high winds, by cold and rain, we endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in our meditation practice, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt them for our own. We can use its energies to support our energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness and equanimity and clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, but the mountain's strongest characteristic is being impersonal. weather of our own lives is not to be ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we come to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us and much more, if we can let it in. So, if you find that you resonate in some way with the strength and stability of the mountain in your sitting, it may be helpful to use it from time to time in your meditation practice. To remind you of what it means to sit mindfully with resolve and with wakefulness in true stillness. So, in the time that remains, continue to sustain the mountain meditation on your own, in silence, moment by moment, until you hear the sound of the bells. When you hear the sound of the bell, it is time to open your eyes. Open your eyes slowly and welcome the new year with fresh eyes and new burst of energy. Welcome 2023 like the strong, indomitable mountain. Beautiful, brave, respectable, and majestic as you are.